Thank you very much. Let me, at the outset, welcome all of you under the prospecting companies. You are before the Bills and Legislation Committee this afternoon as witnesses. And I'm, on behalf of the Bills and Legislation Committee, very grateful for your response to our invitation for you to appear before the committee. And thank you very much for the interest. Your presence this afternoon gives me another perspective of the industry. It also represents a great interest in the sector, the country, and I'm very, very grateful to see all of you here on this occasion. We have the Minerals Resources Bill 2025, which I hope you have an opportunity to read through or to go through in your groupings. This is, to us, also the country, a very important piece of legislation bill, which is to help us in the mineral resource sector. The bill has been awaited for many years, and you certainly would have come across this experience of waiting for legal framework, guidelines to guide your interests as stakeholders in the mineral resource sector, as well as prospectors. Here we are. We have the bill that is before us. Before we dive into the bill, let me, on behalf of my committee, accord you my parliamentary privileges. What it means is, whilst you are before my committee, you are accorded the privileges of the Parliament through my committee, that whatever you say before my committee, you present before my committee this afternoon will not hold against you in any court of the land. And that is powerful. Hence, I'm encouraging you to speak powerfully to us on that privilege. Say what you need to say, because we need to come out with a piece of legislation that accommodates justly all our interests and fairly the benefits to our country and the future generations. Hence, your presence speaks volume in that regards. Therefore, using that privilege, speak to us. Now, I hope you are comfortable where you are. When you make your introduction and you make your presentation, please sit before our mic so that you can be recorded on our handset. That is important. So those that will be making presentations, please speak to the mic. I also hope that there are a few of you who will introduce groups of your presence this afternoon as well. Let me also introduce my committee members. Further left, I have Honorable George Temahua, Member of Parliament for North New Jersey constituency, member of my Bills and Legislation Committee. West New Jersey. And just beside him, on my left, I have Honorable David Keener, Member of Parliament for South New Jersey, Rentower and Tetepari constituency, and member of my committee. Just immediate to my left, I have Honorable John Tin Kuku, Member of Parliament for North New Jersey constituency, member of my committee, and on my right, I have Frida Tuki, Vatu constituency, and a member of my committee as well. Others will join us shortly, but I will allow you to start making presentation. So, just to keep some order of our presentation, we'll start from the right. Make your introduction first, and then we'll go back to the presentation on the same. On my right, we'll make the presentation. Thank you. Please, you have the mic.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much. My name is Barbara, and I'm representing Solomon Pacific Mining Limited. And at the back, I have a rep, Mr. Selvin Zitu as well, representing Solomon Pacific Mining Limited. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, please. Good.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I represent NACI, Nickel Enterprises, Solomon Islands. We have 2 other members who are sitting at the back.
Thank you. Next, please.
My name is Charlie Meke. We represent Goodwill Mining Limited.
You mean no good now?
You trouble. You arrive?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next.
My name is Eric Nyokro, representing the IDESA Ibudu of Isabel Nickel Mining.
Thank you.
My name is Desmond Sese. I'll be representing Sunkamap Resources and Magenta Resources.
Thank you very much. Anyone else to make an introduction? Please just come forward, speak into the mic and.
Yeah, good afternoon, Bills and Legislative Committee. I'm John Kabu, representing Far East in San George, in Isabel Province. We have the company Far East representatives at the back as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. My name is Badley. Come for representing Stephen Mining. Sorry for one for last spokesman, I am not coming today. 1 and 2, what I mean, here, Stephen Mining. Welcome for listening. Presenting Stephen Mining.
Thank you. Thank you.
Still.
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, Chair and the committee. I'm Thomas Toba, and I'm with my CEO, Santos Ramon. We are representing Solomon Island Mining Company and South Pacific Mining Company. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Joseph Ismail. I'm representing Win-Win Company, New Future, New Asia, as well Ni Hao. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm Robert Lee from Sino Ocean International Company. Happy to much for you for inviting me for coming here, and we spent a wonderful time for looking for future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Thank you. If you have not chance for introducing you, then by you come make a presentation, you have introduce you with them. So thank you very much for the introduction. But we start with our presentation. What you would like to share, tell us about the bill. The bill is before us, and you. Current copy, I assume you current copy him. So you read through what now Tintin Blue you share him come waiting committee, and by me for Karema opportunity for asking you by any question or make comments on your presentation. Thank you. So we'll start on my right again with the presentation, please. You may commence your presentation now.
Thank you, Chair. I think law comment Blomiva Solomon Pacific Mining Limited. I have written some of the points. Then I have already sent it to the ladies who organized, and I hope they should share it to the committee as well if you have seen it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm waiting committee Blomifala. Good. We'll get a copy and Mifala by Lulukulam time you may making presentations.
All right. I have a copy here that I'm happy to share with you. If I can come and just share it around. Thank you.
Thank you too much. You miss have a current next presenter.
Yeah, thank you. I have also got a copy for you too for the submission. I'll pass it to you.
Can we have a secretary?
One current submission supply now.
Anyone have me current written submission? Please give him the secretary, make him security, and then if you wish to add anything to the submission, you can copy for them. For the mic to. Okay, so, and we have two written submissions, and we'll have questions on that. Next one more. Next one to make presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Nemblomi Moses Belikia, today. We have prepared some comments on the bill, close by close, and we have not compiled a short presentation on this. So maybe I should seek advice from the chairman on how we should approach. If we have comments on close by close basis, how we should proceed on this, Mr. Chairman. We do have e-copies of our comments, which we can present to you after we are done. because we have prepared close-by-close comments that will take some time. So I would like to seek your advice how we should proceed, because this will take some time if we go close by close.
Go ahead.
Excuse me. So, if I beg your indulgence, I would like to proceed to the document, close by close, close 1 to 8. I have no comments. If my members, two of my members who are at the back have comments, I would like them to intercede. Close 8, 9, and 10, we do not have any comments, as well as 11.1. As far as close 11.2a is concerned, this refers to the Protected Areas Act of 2010. And I think this is something to do with the prohibited mining areas. Yeah? This is something that is new in the Act. And I think this is borrowed from the Forest Resources law, yeah? Where they also require to reserve some areas. Our main observation here is that in the Protected Areas Act so far, we have witnessed a lot of protected areas that has been developed in the communities. But we have observed, some of us have observed, that under the Protected Areas Act, there has not been much done to consult the Ministry of Mines, who are responsible for mineral resources, when those protected areas are declared. So there has been some weaknesses in the implementation of the Protected Areas Act, because when you want to reserve an area for mineral resources development, the Protected Areas Act can close those areas off here. And the requirement is that before you declare any areas protected, you have to consult the Ministry of Mines. With some of the protected areas that have been declared, there has not been much done to consider views from the Ministry of Mines. So this is one concern that I want to raise.
That's more an administrative deficiency than a legislative one.
Right, Your Honourable. I think I may add that some of the comments that we will be making, some of them will be legislative, some are observations, and maybe some would be matters that need to be taken in the regulations as well. So maybe the committee should be aware of that. I move on to clause 12, 13, and 14. No comments there. Clause 15. This is also to do with protected, but we just want to observe that in the Forest Resources and Timber Utilization Act, there was also requirements to preserve forest. So far, we have not heard of much forest that has been reserved under the Forest and Resources and Timber Utilization Act. We are wondering whether this act might fall into the same kind of disease.
But you support the intention here?
I support the intention. But there will be a lot of issues, because before you can reserve an area, you will have to do the proper assessments of those areas. That will involve feasibility studies, prospecting, all those kind of studies. So you will have to do a lot of the technical work that is required in the mining industry before you can declare any area reserved. So a lot of issues will come into that situation. Clause 16, no comments. Clause 17. We just include some issue of scientific research to be considered there, I think. Scientific research to be allowed under clause 17. Clause 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, no comments. Yeah? Clause 24, this is on mineral tenement application, grant and renewal. I have a comment here and clause 24.3. This is unfair and confusing wording. Delete it and replace with variations referring to remedial actions to take to ameliorate issue, meeting remedial action, not reduction on size of tenement area alone. I hope that is clear. We will submit this so that you can deliberate further on that.
So how do you understand this? 24.3, you understand him how lem now, that's why you reject lem.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair.
I mean, it seems to me the bill here is giving authority to the minister, authority which must be exercised on the advice of the board, but the exercise of that authority under subclause 3 is only valid if it is going to result in a reduction in the size of the tenement. He cannot increase the tenement. It's a limitation placed on that power. So I don't understand what your objection is. You want the authority to be unlimited, so him sabe expand into tenement, or you don't like him that authority whatsoever?
Thank you, Honorable. I think I have some mismatch on the comment here. So maybe I should leave that for the time being, that particular comment. Yeah.
Okay.
But just on the authority to mine there, I think before we move on to other issues about mining, yeah? This is a big issue for mining companies, and especially too for the government, because some of us have been working in the industry for some time. And one of the big issue is when is a company allowed to start mining? Yeah, this is it's a very big issue, because I think you would understand that some companies, as soon as they get a mining license, they start straight away without fulfilling other necessary requirements to operate their mine. Yeah. Example, you have to get all the infrastructures in place before you can start mining, this kind of thing. But what time now you need him straight for a mine to start? Yeah. So we are suggesting legislation to consider trigger issues here. Yeah? What not should trigger a mine to start digging, this kind of thing, yeah? Because I think you would know some companies prospecting license, some also mining now, this kind of something. So these are bigger issues. So when we consider authority to mine, maybe the legislation should consider some of the main issues that must trigger a real mining operation. Mr. Chairman, I note that there are many of us here, so should they still continue, or we allow other participants to?
Please continue.
Okay.
You're almost there.
Okay. Clause 35, no comments here. So, clause 36. I think it's from clause 24, 25 to 26. We would like to raise that issue of triggering an operation for a mine. Yeah? I can expand a little bit on this because, say, if one polar group start digging, yeah, then should carry a jetty, yeah, and should carry other necessary infrastructures in place before start dig this kind of something. And all other requirements should meet in first time. Even road must good, this kind of something, yeah, before you allow man to start digging, this kind of something. So, me just giving one for a term for what now to trigger a mining operation. Yeah, very important one here. For example, people, they say, they get a development consent, get a mining license, go operate now. But every other thing's not in place yet. Yeah. Yeah. So, it's very important.
So the bill proposes an intermediate license before you get a mining license. It's a new proposal here.
Feasibility.
Feasibility.
Yeah.
So after prospecting, you get a feasibility, then you get a mining license.
Yeah.
So perhaps during feasibility phase here.
Yeah. During feasibility phase, I think the bill is looking at the mining company completing those necessary infrastructures and all other required studies, yeah, so that those things can be compiled to allow the operation to proceed. Yeah.
So I'm adequately covered what concerns you, or you think it should be a little bit more in it? Perhaps they become conditions law feasibility license. Yeah? No more.
Yeah, I think if those the feasibility license can be detailed, yeah, can be detailed to take account of those issues. By good, but I think the feasibility, what I can recall is that the feasibility only talks about further feasibility studies, this kind of thing. The trigger for mining operation is very important. Infrastructure should be there. Full infrastructure required for mining operation must be complete before you allow a mine to start operating. Yeah? For example, as soon as you get in paper, yeah, go it now. Building or something behind. That causes a lot of problems. Yeah.
Well, to renol happy na ito kasi go walk and overflow there na.
Sorry. Close 27. I think the main thing from clause 27 may be the clauses. I have here, applicant must have proof of knowledge and skills in mining, prospecting, etc. Also, concrete proof of availability of funds. this is one of the main issues. What we have in the clause on eligibility of applicants, it doesn't cover those issues. It must cover from the start. That company has the technical expertise, they know about mining, they have proof, concrete proof, bankable proof before you start mining, before you start prospecting. This one name no cover now under this bill here. A week here. Anyone without any funds, and come lawyer raising funds before start mining. I believe you can understand that. Close. I have an issue on clause 28(1). Yeah, just this is just I'm just referring to terms. Yeah, and clause 28(1). They refer to persons, the use of the word persons against corporate bodies, this kind of something, yeah? So that is something where if a committee maybe go through that one, and some people a little bit worry about. In some clauses, you talk about persons, in some clauses, you talk about corporate bodies, this kind of something. That's clause 28(1). Clause 29, I deal with the issue of priority of applications. Yeah, so this is what everybody like for calling first come first serve basis. Yeah, so now this bill, Amy outlining some procedures there. Yeah. Now the current system is as soon as somebody get through the door, first one, him get entertained by the director. Yeah? But there is some improvement there that I think if that application is in order, then by what is just accept them also, and that is okay. But I think what some of us are seeing here is that the director should have the opportunity by himself or herself to scrutinize that application, whether it is in order and whether to declare it as fit for Pasengolo board. Yeah? The decision name should come first, long director. Yeah? Because that director has all the technical knowledge for assessing first thing there, not just to pick an application and then pass him go the board. Yeah? He must scrutinize in that application. If I'm looking in order, then I'm fit for send them go to board and send them go. Yeah, I think there are other details there, but me put him also now.
So we have had a lot of problems with this fella rule. Me surprised I would still keep him because it has encouraged speculation by persons that do not have the wherewithal to be able to undertake even prospecting. So the problem with this is that, say, 2 applications were received on the same day. One was received at 9 a.m., but one was conman na go give him. If him no conman, him almost a conman. Mino minim N1 loyal, with N1 we feel guilty. Then for 3 o'clock, another application go but a reputable applicant here. So law 30 subclause 2 I'm giving power law director, he must reject them now, this will 3 kilo kaya because to will apply for same area. But conman now first time, because him come first time, director must reject them, man garem selen and mining experience and expertise na come, but him come lo 3 kilo. Him no sabe that man come lo 9 kilo kaya, him hear him that man go lo 3, so him go first time. Later him might go Salem, like senior lo man lo behind it. It's just a route for speculation, making things difficult and so forth. So I'm not a little bit surprised you still favor this will rule it first come first served.
No, Honorable. I sort of in line with what sort of the bill is trying to improve that situation, though, yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that I think there's more improvement that is required here.
Would it be better if HEMI open, so all applicants are entitled to be assessed? Yeah? And assessed on Bara also mutalem first time now on the merits of the application and look law capacity blow that for a particular person or company. So whether they apply for the same tenement or for different tenements, it doesn't matter whether they come at 9 in the morning or 4 in the evening, they should be assessed on the merits. If we took that approach, then purely merit-based, it doesn't matter when you come, but we're looking for the best applicants with the strongest capacity to be able to undertake the work. Minerals are sovereign resources, sovereign assets. And so government has an onerous responsibility to make sure we get the best return out of it. And that includes getting the most efficient production to extract and process the minerals. And because of that requirement, it is important who does it. So this retention, or the retaining or the old practice or current legislation is of some concern to us.
Yeah, my honorable, what is sort of saying is maybe this should be improved more, yeah? But it also, your idea there will also come back to the different types of tenements, yeah? Tenements that we have. So in certain cases where, say, you have approximate license on a small alluvial mining areas, then, you know, as compared to, say, one particular big tenement, yeah, where somebody has been spending a lot of resources for try and prospect law him, yeah, and anybody think that deserve to follow and to apply for a license for that area scan. So there are certain, whilst the main ideas should be there, but maybe more work needs to be done to categorize the tenement carrying on that particular.
So I mean, you raise a very important point. If a prospecting company has discovered commercial resource, should the bill protect that interest and say that company gets the first bite? They have the priority to apply for a mining lease. Should that be in here? Would you support that? Or
yes, I support that. I think there is one or two clauses already in there that I think is favoring that one. I cannot recall, Honorable. Yeah.
Me no look at me.
Anybody can help? Yeah. No. I think there's some way I'm thinking, but.
Honorable, I think the first bite option would be an option, depending on merits, as you said earlier, for safeguarding not good for investors come in. As you said, one day then once prioritizing one for a man no morning, but no fair. So first bite option will be an option better for fair lot applicants.
What do you think about, suppose you may give him time, within 3 months, submissions come, and then everyone are considered. Make him give him fair everyone, no good. You may assess him one by one, then by him still take him go back this kind. First come, first savior. Give him clear, even law regulations that every application for tenements come, and then assessment go within a period. By him, let it make sense.
I think the use of practice this time or to keep him out applicants for certain tenements, and then about sit together, allow time. They're not a group law director, sit down law one day, they not decide law which one better came. So it got him a little bit time for assessment, application of tenements currently. Him no automatic no more.
Thank you. Please continue with your presentation.
Thank you. I move to clause 31. Factors considered in deciding applications. Yes, so the new bill has those factors. We agree with all criteria on which the Minerals Board will decide on mineral tenement. The following are very important. Entity has the capacity, human, technical, and financial, to carry out the required activity. And also, I mean, it's just general in terms of human resources, yeah? There's, geologists, surveyors, geoengineers, kind of people the same, yeah? These people must always have those basic required experts in mining operations. Entity must have the experience in the mining industry. This is one that is quite very important because we in this country are having a lot of inexperienced groups. Entity has concrete proof of required funds with confirmation from the bank. Yeah? So it is the work of the Minerals Board to ensure that that entity has the funds. And bank statement belong to yeah? That is the very important thing that the Minerals Board must confirm, yeah? Before allow lasting or this kind of something. A financial surety or assurance, I think, mentioned in Longbelia. That is for remedial programs here, for environmental damage. These must come from the start of, before a mine starts here. So it's standard practice. So the Minerals Board must ensure that there is financial surety or financial assurance. Law there as one of the important criteria to grant the authority to mine. Entity must make a committed declaration to abide by the national laws of this country. Yeah, stacker groups, not worry much about laws of this country. Just come and do whatever what they like. So from before they start, they must make that commitment. In writing. And a guaranteed commitment from the company or the government that mining agreements, community development agreements are negotiated with the strict participation of all the stakeholders. Yeah? This time, mining agreements pop out no more from any place. You know, nobody is negotiating. Mining agreements, I'm not bar about rock blow mining operations. In the gold ridge situation, that was negotiated under an intergovernmental committee. Yeah, everybody participate, including landowners, with the advice, assistance of lawyers, to the system. They negotiated the gold ridge mine agreement. After that, we had the mine operation this time. I mean, pop out no more from somewhere. One or two people sit down, mining agreement law there now. So all the interests, block government, block provincial government, block communities, block landowners, negotiated by how many? Maybe 1, 2 people no more. So there must be a commitment right from the start that we've got to by doing that one. But for that particular clause, Mr. Chairman and honorable members of the committee, due diligence must be carried out by the board. That's why we have the central bank as a member of the Mines and Minerals Board. Minister of Finance, Attorney General's chambers, and the department itself. We always talk about due diligence and we complain about companies. Due diligence starts with the Minerals Board. Yeah? All kita na doing. Central Bank time I'm looking at him belong that one, I'm doing part below him. Minister of Finance, I'm not going to go member. They do the due diligence and they feed that information to the Minerals Board. Attorney General, yeah? He may ask, oh, company all same this time. Minerals Board na ya, ministry na ya. They have to do the job of due diligence. Sorry. We come close 32, yeah? Me just put him lawyer one for comment. Can this be done by the PH or chairman of the Minerals Board or director? Why should this become a clause? Clause 32, me not looking at the deputy. If you look at that one, me having that comment, Mr. Chairman. That's for clause 32, yeah? I move to clause 33 to 36, no comments. 37 to 40, no comments. '41, no comments. I think clause 42. Right, this is to do with cancellation, yeah? Cancellation of permits. So I think you are aware that there have been some operations that have been cancelled by the minister. I think what we want to suggest here is that when a minister decides to cancel an operating mining license, it must be properly considered and must have conditions. So I give you one classic example. There were 2 operations along one for island below Yumi Save, Lo South. 2 licenses were cancelled without any conditions. But that company go on because the license below and finish here to cancel them. I'm leaving now stack of problems. Stack of problems now I'm leaving. Me just mention one fella. One company need still doing a rehabilitation program ongoing. But because the license was cancelled, rehabilitation, no matter. Every people work a man go. That big program of rehabilitation, stop. I think you're very concerned about some other issues, big issues, where some dues are not paid because license cancelled. If the company exists and work, they will continue to address some of these issues. Yeah? I believe you see the point. Yeah? What I'm trying to say. If you cancel a mining license abruptly, the problems are not cancelled there. And stay along a place where operation and go ahead. Yeah? So when a minister cancels a license, I must consider him now. What conditions now I must put in so that if there are big issues that still need to be addressed, they will be addressed. Clause 42 to 45, I think relates to comments no more along clause 42, yeah? Clause 46. And look, for clause 47, clause 46, me just bring up more that the issue about term persons and corporate. Clause 47, me ask about mining licenses here under clause 47. What about mining licenses? Clause 48, 49, no comments. Clause 50. This is to do with building materials permit, yeah? Because I'm environment person a little bit. Me just raise him whether a building materials permit will require a public environment report, something like that, yeah? Under the Environment Act. So I think under clause 51(2), the idea is because these operations involving public materials permit also cause a lot of environmental damage. Yeah? So some kind of public environment report or the environment report required under the Environment Act maybe should be considered there. Clause 52, no comments. Under clause 53, we raise a particular issue, and that is to do with the those significant mining tenement by its own or mining licenses. Mining licenses use large volume of aggregate materials for all sorts of mining construction. Yeah? So let's say, for example, maybe Gold Ridge, and we have to using a lot of aggregates. You think that for big new road, and go upload there. Aggregates, you mean no sabe how much tonnage. Yeah? So it has implication on that for clause 53. Clause 54 to 58, no comments. I think clause 59, there is an issue there that the PL, so prospecting licenses or mining licenses, will depend on the area covered by the deposit. So when considerations am given on this kind of situation, one has to think about the area where deposit here and Mr. Sampala go deep, Sampala spread wide, this kind of something. Clause 60 to 61, no comments.
So, can I just ask on clause 59? So clause 59, 1A, 1, 2, me restricting the size of the tenements. Femlo Solwata, 5,000 square kilometers, and the Femlo land, 600 square kilometers. Is that a reasonable limitation, or too small, or
I think
reasonable, yeah.
It's reasonable. Just that when we put in comment law there, just to allow maybe the committee or people to think about deposits occur in their own natural way. Yeah? So if you think about the biggest area covered by the tenement, them Loreno, yeah? Because what deposits they would spread full cover him now. Island Blue Milo there. So tenements are big. Yeah? You think about Gold Ridge, it's small area, no? Yeah? But him consent him stop low deposit here, him go deep here. Yeah? Compared to say Renault, what's the pockets and more, yeah? But the pockets spread through what's Renault. So tenements got a game low there and big. But that figure there and reasonable. Right, I come to clause 62, and Honorable, you already raised the issue of feasibility license. Yeah? Some of us think that the feasibility license may not be needed at all. Yeah? It will add to the number of licenses that we will be imposing on companies. I think already by me, I think there's another thing that will also be required in the process, yeah? A dealing license. Yeah? A dealing license. Then this time, by you feasibility more. Say you have a prospecting license. From prospecting, you completing the prospecting, you like apply for mining license now. Yeah? But then the feasibility license come in. I'm not a big something more, yeah? Now, I'm thinking this one, I'm not needed. Yeah? Maybe some arrangements can be made between the PL stage and the granting of a mining license. Yeah? For that one. I'm thinking maybe members, lawyer, so they talk on that.
Doing what additional that one last time is trial mining prior to actual mining. You get a trial mining license, yeah? Then feasibility license, yeah? Because that would add layer to the process where it take time too much and effort for attaining this for mining license. So trial mining, no one for the option, the old act here. If we can look into the trial mining. There's feasibility, but I didn't want to lay more.
So,
Yes, please.
feasibility license. You have not been practicing in the past.
No more. From PL, then if you like a more time doing trial mining license, then go straight into mining proper, that is mining license ML.
So what would be your recommendation along this whole issue here?
Chair, I think law prospecting time, 3 years, that is a lot time given me for prospective. Me will carry out comprehensive feasibility studies, lot of tenements in how me will extract him, how I market him, how I promote him, what the costs involved, side of finances and all same. So we will pretty much cover feasibility studies law prospecting before I'm go aboard before by mining license. So I think this one, but I'm not really applicable no more or suitable. Because as I said, it will add another layer of process. For attaining this mining license, taking time and effort and budget and also from prospecting. Especially at the areas this time is more small no more. Not like before law 97, 98 come. So feasibility study me will be even mines board composition blame governor or central bank and finance and IRD and for really looking even the potential for me fella law here for worker for making money hard this time is small too much of tenements. Renal I think not lucky. So feasibility license here I'm no fit for coming no more my opinion. But others.
May I add, Chairman and committee members, the practices as said by our friends from Win-Win, yeah?
Win-Win, yeah?
Sorry.
Do we not talk committee?
Time you doing prospecting. That period of prospecting, many companies also plan for the feasibilities. Yeah? they do it concurrently with the prospecting. Because that cuts cost and also prepares them faster. Yeah? You cannot wait for time prospecting him done before you do him feasibility more. That's adding cost. You understand that? Yeah? So, I don't think this is shortening the process. It had them go cost, more cost than.
So in the operation, or what we already hold a mining license, you've gone from prospecting to mining. What was your experience when you were applying for a mining license? Obviously, by no happen overnight. It'll take some time. It just seems to me this is a provision to allow you to, if you're requiring further prospecting, you can still, it allows you to do it. Look at other issues while you're waiting for your mining license. Nogut, you finish in prospecting phase here, and then you sit down, do nothing while waiting for the mining license here. Well, what's been the experience? When you were mining finished, so how long did it take you from going from the prospecting to the mining license?
Thank you. That one himself taken 1 or 2 years here. Because, yeah.
So if it's 1 or 2 years here, what normally do them?
We're doing other activities now. And
no more so now try to provide feasibility. Would it be reasonable to?
And then during the course of time, Bara submission Golo Mines and Minerals Board, every document like discovery report that something is there. We got the feasibility studies there, mine plan there, silo finance there. Every big, these are the things that we will provide him Golo board there, go and come, vetted by the AG, and all these checks and balances still there. So that's why I'm taking a bit more time, and then it has to go back to the board for deliberate law. So him take time through one before take a mining license.
So I mean, perhaps the name is misleading. The title feasibility license.
Yeah.
It could be called something else, but it's really an interim license prior to a mining license being granted.
We can call it trial mining license would be better because him go for mining now.
Yes.
Feasibility, because one for a big document prior to mining a feasibility studies. That.
Yes, okay. You by how long it, Bilki?
Yeah? This is close in the 60s, so maybe Mr. Chairman, we allow others to raise some issue. I can take.
And those of you who still want to make verbal presentations, you can come back in the morning, yeah, man. Yeah, we're still dealing with many of the license holders of various licenses. You feel free to come back in the morning. 30 also. If you want to come back tomorrow morning, you can leave. If you want to come back tomorrow, okay. We're running out of time. But anyway,
we still have time, 1 more hour. So
let us complete employment.
Yeah. Anyone where any no current time for him, then tomorrow morning certainly will allow for that.
You're good.
So you would like to take the mic now?
Yes, sir. Yes, Chair.
Oh, you behind, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Chair, for allowing me. Just for comment number of feasibility license, yeah. I think company, I mean, lobby have got enough time for doing prospecting business. Have 5 years. You say renew more, have 4 years for renewal. Like Lopaste, have 3 years, yeah. First period term where have issued, PLF issued, and 3 years. Then you say renew for 2 years, and for another further 2 years, which is total of 7 years. Okay, Lord. Feasibility license, yeah, like Brother Billy K mentioned him. It could be another expense for company, but me not say what now, fee by him like. But me think that what I mentioned him today, before you go into mining, there should be a set of fulfillment, what now stages you need for completing. So feasibility study, I have an important something. Because you have to know what the resource, what the value of it, whether you should make them money or no more. And then what agreements them come inside. Later another, but feasibility study have not mentioned him. Have value what not disallowed mineral have value at. So for immigrant feasibility license, meeting him obligate him company. For you must complete him because you pay him license, you must fulfill him now. What time inside of there? But meeting that automizing what time need for come inside the feasibility study. Feasibility license. Also, what you need for put him inside? Whether you have to put him, you must come up with a feasibility study. You must dream trial mining. Or some more things. Also, must come inside. Maybe development. You have to construct him road before mining license is issued. But law understanding, blooming feasibility study and requirement whereby even go on board for scrutinizing before giving you license. Yeah. If that one have not happen, board look him have not agree with him, by no give him a license lawyer. So me think that under feasibility license, auto should a little bit put him come what na you need for done him the stage before board and issue you ML. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that comment. Anyone would like to have the opportunity to make presentation on the bill?
Chair.
Yes, please.
I would like to add on a little bit more on these feasibility studies. Give you a little bit more scenario on what you see and what you expect in a feasibility study. Lo scenario, lo feasibility study lo here at him no kavam detail as what former speaker or Joseph Ismail Stalem. I'll give you a scenario here where him needing feasibility study. Me fella doing drilling for resource for one fella mine. And during that drilling, me fella come up with them intersections of results where some fella good results him stop at depth, let's say 500 meters below surface. Some fella good results him stop 60 meter no more, 100 meter no more, almost surface. This feasibility study in a company normally him contracted out to some set of expertise or expert consultants who are to look at scenario, giving you scenario analysis to say that this is a potential open pit mine. This is a potential underground mine. Me talk about this one refer to hard rock mining, not soft rock, nickel, bauxite scenarios. Whereby me like 4% a little bit cover that one, but add on to feasibility study here. Him more giving you as a mining company and the government or the host country where now economics of the project is. Whether you start, you go to surface and by you fund him the underground, or you can forget the surface and go straight underground because that's where the gold is. These feasibility studies, by giving you now scenario analysis, where to start the mine, how to start it, due to the current price and price projections for the future worth of the mine. Ham now importance blow why feasibility study come in, meeting that this one ham end part blow prospecting before you step into mining. So the feasibility study law here, the feasibility license here, could be like an obligation for, if you're genuine enough, pay him up this fee, conducting feasibility study shouldn't be much of some side law you follow man for working fees, not for look at it, but in due process meeting feasibility license, important for you doing. No overcharge him too much fee license, but make him company obligated for doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else would like to make a presentation, or you just wish to comment on Mr. Moses Biliki's presentation? Because if so, no anyone will present more, then you may give him a little bit time off or move through the remaining clauses.
Chair, I think you may give him time because I'm looking at summarize him or him go through the whole paper, that document, Biliki. So if he covered the documents, that pretty much him cover everything for all the mining prospecting companies here. You may allow time a little bit for him. Try and go more Biliki.
Okay, thank you,
Chair.
Yes, Moses, please continue. We'll give you a bit more time to rush through to the through the other clauses.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, colleagues. If something then I can comment, Cam. I think me start Cam longo. There's one note here me try to get through the paper, but me no get him which part straight. But under 62 1C1, me got one for a comment here because the bill and talk about that part and talk about mining lease. Yeah? This bill. Me look him number. This time I'm changed to mineral tenements. Yeah, mineral tenements. Now we have. I'm not talk about mining lease more, but there is I think one clause there. I'm talk about mining lease more. So me just raising that one so that it can be clarified. Yeah, that. The new bill, this time we talk about mineral tenements now, and they are about 7 or 8 mineral tenements. Yeah. Current act, and talk about mining leases. Yeah, because I think it's something to do with the Lands and Titles Act. Yeah. Me put him all same no more, so that this one aim is straight. Longo. Sample thinking long just because me looking and talk about mineral tenements, yeah? This bill, but then I'm go back talk about mining lease more, so me just raising that one. Me agaram lo, yeah. It's 62 1C1, but me no look at myself too. Anyway, 63, 64 no comments. 66, I think me. Come back to the issue of what is not to trigger mining operations. Yeah? So me skipping that one. 67, 68. I think me no comments. 69. I just put them, I just include there for more detailed conditions, yeah, for the mining license. Okay, then 70, mining agreement and CDA must be negotiated with the stakeholders in good faith. Also, me mention in finish, yeah? 61. Sorry, 71. Me just put him on even actual permit or mining results in severe environmental damage. How will this be addressed in this bill? Maybe details of this be in the regulations. 73, 74 to 81, no comments. 82, you are making the same comment that the company must set aside the funds required for rehabilitation. Yeah? 83 to 84, no comments. 85 2C, exclude ML from these license. Will involve use compensation if mining tenement is acquired under the LTA. There's an issue there, yeah? Oh, you will help them. So 85 to C. Any trees fell in the course of activity under a building materials permit, prospecting license, feasibility license, or mining license remain the property of the owner of the land. Yeah? So, when you have big mining operations, yeah? And because of this issue about mining tenements, yeah? Now mining companies will have to pay compensation, yeah? Look at trees here and plants here. So what we are proposing here is that leave out, exclude the mining license, yeah? Maybe just for prospecting license at that stage, or another ones, yeah? With a big mining operation, you may exclude him this one by very big compensation issue, yeah? Clause 87 and 88. This one deals with community development agreements. There is only one main point that I'd like to contribute to the committee, and that is that the Solomon Island government must be a contributor to the community development agreement. At the moment, all same company no more and contribute to the community development agreement. The standard mining practice is that the company, the government, and whoever is interested, they can contribute to the community development agreement. Yeah. So that gives the opportunity for the government a little bit big role game taken from mining operation, yeah, and giving on a community development agreement here. Because in terms of mining, standard mining practice, yeah, the community development agreement basically it's for all those people who are residing in those affected areas here, but more so on the communities who do not get the direct benefit. Yeah? More so, all of the people who don't get him royalty, no tribe here. And now basic purpose block community development agreement so that them touch them everyone. Because the owners, they receive the royalty. But if you know la no nalo there, why don't get him in royalty? So it is the community development agreement, funds from there now that them Kasemokataya. So government too must contribute to that community development agreement. 890 to 103, no comments. 98 I have a comment on maybe you have some limit on the indicated area. Me put him something also. clause 104 to 107. This deals with mine closure, yeah? So the issue of mine closure is also addressed under the Environment Act. So all mining operations, big mining operations will need to have a development consent under the Environment Act, yeah? And under the Environment Act, there is also a big requirement to have an environmental management plan. That environment management plan has a big component on mining closure. In fact, I'm guaranteeing a phase, decommissioning, yeah? Decommissioning and mine closure covered under this one. So it is good to take a progressive approach to mine closure and decommissioning. Maybe this need to be detailed in maybe the regulations. Progressive mine closure, meaning that some parts of your operation, it can come under that process for mine closure. Yeah? You close it down at certain parts of your operation or certain area, yeah? Because time you wait until full operation and finish before you doing mine closure, a very, very big issue, requiring big money or same. So where it is possible, taking a progressive approach. I think same comments no more apply law 104 to 108. 109, I think this deals with facilities that remain, yeah? And for removing more same, yeah? These facilities can be removed, but if the landowners or the provincial governments, whoever has an interest in there, decides to keep them for other purposes, yeah? Because a lot of those things that will be left over from the mining operations will be useful for the local people, provincial government, and communities, yeah? So if they decide that they should keep them, then let it be. 110, no comments?
Just on that, just on the closure and rehabilitation, and also, lo case believe lo win-win, Meke. Did you pay a rehabilitation bond or deposit of some sort? Was that part of the license condition?
It was part of the environmental bond, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
This one, yeah. And then
you will pay them upfront straight now before license issued?
It was.
How much now?
$500,000 then. And when it comes to practical side, lo hemba arawa no fit no more than one.
Yeah, man, small level.
Arawa no fit as we go along. So the measures that we took was so long as you dig in pit here, because we are doing alluvial, not hard rock. Eh? So once pit one, we will finish him, we will put him according to the environmental act, must put him good at the aggregate side. Finish him that one, you start him go back now. And then captured inside the monthly environmental assessment, blood environment, then close through, then go on another one.
So big, heavy ball or stone, yeah?
Go inside back now.
Go back inside now?
Or the guale, like a time you will dig him out a pool, yeah? Every fish here full up inside there. And kind more and any kind of money fishing monthly after 3 months. Sometimes I'd stop them, you want to start them, not like fishing water pool, but we have to bury them by one after the other. As such, but a big for the cost here, time you will do him at the books here, 500,000 benefit.
How much?
By a book, now me forget name. I mean, not
language,
it doesn't cost him, but a costly through.
Right.
Buying. Over. Thank you.
bond there, hem should increase more, yeah?
Yeah.
I may amend him low more, or increase him.
I mean, go back law AG and minerals board and all that for the assessing. The experiences from me for me over a little bit, yeah. Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. If I can add on that particular issue, yeah. The standard practice to have a bond or, I mean, financial surety or financial assurance, this kind of thing, and been practiced, yeah. For situation below Solomon Islands, I mean, if the company does not do that remedial action, yeah, required for make him good bite more, rehabilitation, something like that, yeah, then government now must do him using that bond. Me no trust him. Me not trust him that government will be able to do that, yeah. Yeah. So the emphasis is to get the company to do progressive rehabilitation.
See, yeah.
No buy him good.
Money.
Because if the company at the end of time, then people not do him, so people get him slain, but people do him. In time block go now, yeah. Yeah. They cannot stay more. Every machine block go now. But you not do him more. People take him finish now, bone, yeah. You will have to do that. You cannot trust them, Solomon and government for doing that one. No more now. Yeah. So let that company progressively rehabilitate the operations. Yeah. That means you consider a bond that favor him, companies, help him. They show the commitment, but not excessive. Yeah? And no excessive. You show them that they're okay. They do something. But because the other part of the cost will be made by the company itself, they will do the rehabilitation. If they exceed, then they should recover that bond from the government. Yeah, and now that's the issue about.
So, President, you are also implying that if, because I got pay finish, I got rehabilitate, and no matter I got not to him proper to what is expected, government by him no say anything because him blame part blame.
Sorry, and minimum good that.
Minimum him. Like bond paid to the government.
Yeah.
Company him rehabilitate at a cost. Then government him continue to fail for be part of that rehabilitation. Bond law they finish. So that's why even company him no fully rehabilitate as expected or as planned, but the government by him no say anything because him killed in him no part lot is already rehab under the bond.
Yeah, so you can give the options to the company to recover its cost using that bond. If you can properly assess, or if the government can, if a company gives you the right cost to the 10th cent or something like that, yeah, then you provide that. They recover that bond. But if you say, that rehabilitation may be not done properly, then there must be another mechanism instituted to take care of if there is. But at least the company has done its job. That will also help the government because if we know that if we leave it to the government, maybe we got resources, maybe we have a dream, yeah. But for the time being, it's most likely not. We will succeed in rehabilitating another man's job. But as a landlord there, so if I'm fitting, maybe simple people have a dream. But we are raising this point for your concentration, Chair.
Thank you. Yes, colleague George.
Chair, I just when comment naman lo progressive rehabilitation niya. In some mining, for example in open cut mine, sometimes you open them 2 pits, and then time you like open them the third one, you have to close the first one. So at any time you only have 2 pits open. Yeah? So the progressive rehabilitation, yeah, I'm go ahead now. Yeah? Yeah. When you come to the end of your operation, you only have 2 pits to close. Yeah? So something for think about him now. Something.
That will also be good for the company reputation, yeah? So this is something that I think the committee would also take in mind, yeah? That companies also try their very best to abide by standard mining practice and all the laws, even though there might be some weaknesses also, yeah? But for name-blow company, we always try with whatever resources economics allow. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Yes, please.
So, good afternoon again. My name is Ramon Santos. I'm representing Solomon Islands. The discussion on rehabilitation is very good because everybody cares for the environment. And the proposed mining bill simply states rehabilitation program must be submitted. But we are missing a very important component. When a mine closes, we forget the people there. There is a tendency that if all the resources have been exhausted, the mining company left, the best thing that we should look at is what is the status of the local community. If they improve their living standards, their affluence. So that's the reason why earlier this morning, we proposed instead of a final rehabilitation program, it should be called a mine closure and rehabilitation program. In such a way that the mine closure and rehabilitation program would cover both the environment and the social aspect. And this program would be developed in consultation with the people. They have to know, at least they have the right to know what would be the future plan after the mining. So if there would be a mine closure and final rehabilitation fund, that fund can also use for social preparation. It's not only for environment, because the environment has been taken care of even during the mining process, like the honorable member mentioned that when you develop 2 pits, afterwards you develop another 2 pits, you close the 2 pits. So at the end, you have only 2 pits to rehabilitate because there is a progressive restoration. So I would like to propose that we expand. It's not only rehabilitation, but it should be a mine closure. That includes social preparation for the community to become less and less reliant on the mining company because they might get used to have subsidies, free services, but at the end, if these free services will be gone, they have nothing to go to. But if they will be self-reliant, like when the company leaves, there would be an established school that was established by the company. There would be a hospital in the community established by the company. Even if the company leave the area, there is already basic facilities. So that's our proposal. We expand it, but it requires a lot of preparation. So we propose that this mine closure and final rehabilitation should be submitted earlier before the mine starts. Although at the first stage, it would be a conceptual stage because there has to be something to start the discussion on. So it's the mining company who will prepare the conceptual stage, and then it will be subjected to continuous consultation with the stakeholders. And we will build up the fund together. As we identify the requirements or the components of that program, we will be able to establish or predict the fund or estimate the fund required. That's all. Thank you.
You're a very good man. You should come work for the government. Government.
Thank you very much for the submission. Yes, please, Moses, continue.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, colleagues. I come to close. One thing.
Yeah.
No comment there. Close 111C. I recommend that the building materials permit be included under that clause here, because it's like a big operation. So you can go big operations law what aggregate water river Baraba fully destroyed here. Because everything taken from the deposit in water river.
How about that one? So out him every gravel from Lunga, yeah?
Yes.
How about to go? What about put them back inside? Ground from where?
No more.
Well, if you have a proper management plan, yeah. So this is why the technical people will help the operators how to manage water operations also, yeah. Because we know that all those rocks keep on coming every day from water river. Yeah?
It is a concern.
Yeah, but the speed of extraction, the volume of extraction, the nature of extraction, everything like that. No, in life, yeah. You cannot use it anymore until just water no more. Yeah, this kind of something. So under that clause here, no, I mean, including building materials permit and 111, yeah, and C, yeah. So I come to 112 and 113. This is on environment production. What we are saying here is that these clauses strengthen the current Environment Act. Yeah? Already the Environment Act is very strong. There may be issue about monitoring and the implementation, but the addition of these clauses will strengthen the concerns on the environment. 114 start with all those financial issues. Yeah, me come straight along 116, Mr. Chairman. So that me catch him some major issues here. So this is in terms of royalties, yeah, very big issue in our country. I think the first thing that we want to say is that Solomon Islands is a very young mining nation, yeah, baby yet in terms of miners, yeah, compared to Papua New Guinea, this kind of something. So Solomon Islands as a country is competing in the mining industry, yeah. So whatever conditions we suggest in the legislation must take count of the stage of the development of the mining industry in Solomon Islands. You cannot compete with Papua New Guinea. Yeah, we are too small. We are not that attractive for the big miners. So whatever conditions we put, it must be attractive to whoever can come. The second major point we would like to put forward here, honorable members and chair, is that I think the current royalty formulas, yeah, the current royalty formulas are based on hard rock mining. Yeah, they will build on hard rock mining scenarios. This time, yung mga surface mining, soft mining, yung siya, ground niya also new go dig no mo take na. Yeah. So the capital expenditure with those surface mining is totally different from hard rock mining, gold ridge. Yeah. All these surface mining activities, the capital expenditure is different. So when you take into consideration the royalty issue, these are important factors to consider. Yeah.
So you're suggesting for Ogata Dim alluvial or surface royalty should be higher?
Well, I mean, maybe some other technical issues to be taken into account, especially, I mean, alluvial, it will also depend on the percentage of currency, the amachina or really stop lot alluvial operations here. So I must go something will say me what I get him out.
Presumably, if you have you've got royalty and then you've got income tax company. So when company makes a profit, then of course after deductibles, then becomes liable to income tax. Presumably, if alluvial, just as you say, is cost efficient, doesn't cost as much as hard rock mining. Therefore, their production cost should be lower than hard rock mining. Therefore, they should be making more profit. They are making a lot. They were making a lot of profit. Therefore, income tax now apply, not royalty. Royalty is still the base. On the, would that not take care of your concern? I mean, it's a valid concern. Why am not take care of him?
But in a way,
Chair, coming from the alluvial miners, I think that technically law side law mineralization or better result here now and big for the difference here. Law alluvial because we relied low river and the source. So what the hard rock miners now source blame, we capture the gold time and wash down. So the whole sort of assay report and all that, it's a hell lot of difference. If I court law, there is no category to what license is here.
Oh yeah?
Wherever full license below everyone on top of me, if I have a bear me from prospecting to mining.
So it's just one license for cover everyone?
Para one no more.
And that's the same here?
I haven't gone through properly, this one as it, but also not only law.
Well, here artisanal mining no am different, but alluvial am treated also.
Treated also artisanal law this one. So side of licenses, same something, export permits, yeah, and license law province and all same. For example, Isabel 5 million per annum, law nickel. But the gold here, or the rates here, varies a lot. So that one too, you may capture them for defining hard rock this side, alluvial this side. Also, when it comes to bauxite and nickel, by how? So the commodities are very, very low bracket, low side low, time sales here, gold and silver. And then bauxite and nickel, what about the different too? So classifications of these mining status here, not properly, but let us look at the act properly. This one.
So the ministry is proposing new rates, new royalty rates.
Yeah.
9% is the highest, and the lowest is 5%, and then there's a mid rate of 7%.
7%. And contribute to that one, no CDA. It's another independent law water mining companies. What no rate, you may not define them or no any percentage or rate law here. CDA contribute to or some royalty, so it could be up to mining companies 1%, 2%, or 3% additional to the royalty. Because this one covers communities. Royalty covers what the landowner. This one, not man, lo mi fall on top of it, man, not to run out, man, where the cost no come. So, time of landowners get the royalties, this group here, but what the luluk na. So, CDAs come in 2019. for help them not community when not take them royalty. So this is an add-on royalty, CDA, but in forms of infrastructure like schools, clinics, as boss behind them talk about it, it's captured or covered, low CDA. Yeah?
So those new increased rates, how would that, generally the companies, how do they see that? I mean, nobody wants to pay more. But
It would be an impact law, especially if a lot small alluvial companies here. Before along the river, win-win no more. This time 2 or 3 no the river.
Ituru?
Well, that's practically technically now. So you will condense the river, then you may slice him like was in Isabel. Before one for a tenement no more. Now it could be 7 or 8. And we have discussed taking me not a machine for me doing bauxite nickel in country cannot now because every tenements are sliced down to bits and pieces. So feasibility technically on the ground for me fella, everyone know here. Yeah, but it's all because I'm doing the finances. The economics of doing it is sacrificial. We are sacrifice no more for me tell them truth.
You know, man.
So my point here is additional to this royalty. I'm high a little bit to what I prescribe him now. It's a bit too high. If it is categorized, would be better. Potential business no good me for next year no close. But it will be like domino theory. I'm for fall down everyone if this one am high. Me exactly him. There's 3%. Me fella give him royalty 3% lo CD me fella. So that's 6 already given. If any inflated more, yeah, kind of same now how we will look at the impact would be.
So what's the rate of return where having reasonable alluvial operation?
Very, very less.
30%?
No,
40?
Below 20, 18, 20.
Kulangu ba?
This one through one name, Italian. Me tell them some of our companies here, if we do the proper books, we should not go to mining. Can tell you, community, talent straight. And I think community would look at us the composition of this room. Why no in America, Australia, and England here. I work for Newmont, #1 company in the world, the gold production, Nevada, US. Me try call him out back this we cannot come to the solemn social issue, land issue, did. You meet tag a lot of friends who are sit down here this time. Autonomo come sacrifice with us to grow the industry. If not, I'm hard. Then white man become here. Committee will look selevano, me will this time. We all no langus come lokaini, but reality is reality. So me tagi a lot of friends too.
So it would be useful to us for you to give him. You make a strong case.
Yeah,
you make a strong case why changes in the rates that are proposed were no good level. Give us some data so we see whether they're reasonable or unreasonable.
In that, I think we'll do it in category of manlo nickel, bauxite nickel, do him, gold, and silver this side, we'll do him, what no.
Or each company could do it for their own too.
Oh, yeah.
Give him come and then follow. That would be very helpful.
Okay.
Yes. I think to add on to what Charlie and Talem, and as you, Honorable, you look him Saleva, the rate of returns for mining companies basically is very low to start with. Now, you're looking at 30-40% or some very high, or some you good to much, suppose you can some kind rate. Me just doing one for scenario analysis for an alluvial mining operation, a small-scale mining operation whereby you fit him in, go forward the communities and let them work with minimum machineries, minimum labor for put him in. And you barely come up with them to 30-40%. The grades is one thing that really influence him what na by you take him at the end of the day. When you look at alluvial mining operations, you'll be lucky to be sitting at 0.5 grams per ton.
Cannot. Yeah.
That would be very high. Low alluvial mining operations, 0.5 grams per ton in here, Godel Canal scenario na. And if you make them that fella rate here, or buy him look good here, buy him all right for you me. If we go up to 0.5 or even 1 gram per ton low alluvial grades, you'll be looking at probably doubling your investment or tripling your investment. Unfortunately, we're looking at 0.15. Hemna scenario blow you me. 0.15 grams per ton grade, and then as alluvials, yeah, you may take them from river no more. And know what the man say, I am high grade, low grade. There's no such thing as high grade and low grade in the technical field. We only have grade and average grade. Time of the man giving you high grade, giving you false hope and spike him high expectations. Yeah? I am high grade, yeah? But what actually is are we referring to with high grade connotations and low grade like that? Economics of the scenario and like the whole scenario you put them together, a small machine, excavator, trommel and dump truck combination. You put them together and you're looking at a grade of 0.15 grams per ton. And you're targeting to hit 1,000 tons for you processing. 1,000 tons for you processing, but you have taken 150 grams of gold. Now, 1,000 tons, that's almost, what, 60 dump trucks, 70 dump truck loads? So you look at the trips, how many dump truck loads, how many excavator film. So at the end of the day, it comes down to manam sotwin. So lo sampala setting lo here, kula lo here, hem true ating bam barba really sotwin. So it's when we blanket all this under like mining scenario and say I'm mining here, but then inside there in that blanket we have alluvial mining there, we have nickel mining there, we have bauxite mining, and then you make hard rock mining or some gold rich. Prices of these commodities are all different, and then the process is used for processing gold in case of gold rich, and then the wind alluvial are totally different. And then you look at bauxite more and nickel, much more different too. So these are scenarios where time you may just put him no more blanket mining law here. Me agree with them colleagues here, you may categorize him and specifically target him, categorize him or some. This one soft rock, under soft rock law here, nickel and bauxite. And then alluvial can come under there. Then we go to hard rock and then we look at gold, copper, whatnot there. And the most likely scenario below Solomon Island, yeah, I'm no more for hosting in hard rock gold epithermal or porphyry systems like system of gold rich, and no any other one more where I have hard rock, I have no more gold rich. So any other mine more or some iron ore mining or what, unfortunately we will not host it in here. So we will be looking around that scenario only.
Thank you for that input. By you put him come in writing. Okay, the categories by email as been considered law everyone. Let me whilst we are at that law okay assessment blow you look at scenario yeah. Clause 49, him is a government not to have financial involvement. Ma sabasimila kem okat small operation ya. If okat local communities have it to him to three equipment go or semi describe him come, government involvement will definitely of some need and help. If okat is involved financially to support communities or establish local companies when they would like to borrow, or even an SOE set up by government for that purpose. What not in Tin Blue, you were believe like for stop them government, no any involvement financially?
Well, at the end of the day, government collecting revenue law every month were like for doing mining and also too. I think directly government for no support him would be something for you to think about him, but kind of some state-owned enterprises or set up or some DBSI to support this fella kind of small-scale mining or some good something to us. In fact, me putum go one fella proposal for DBSI some 5 years ago or time DBSI open, because this time, can't respond yet to him. But these are things where we hope that government can step in and support us through those agencies like DBSI and any what commerce and try for set him up, where I'm linking DBSI and no concentrate law, you follow cocoa and copra noma, commodities like gold now. I'm reaching the peak where it has never reached in the last how many years? Stage where gold price now is unprecedented. It's the highest. We're looking at $3,500 per ounce. That's 32 grams. And no time in history more. The last time gold price was very high and Solomon Island and Barawa looking effect blow gold mining was before 2014, 2012, 2014. Those times, gold price was $1,800 per ounce. And time, you look at man where I'm informed for gold rich, you say man him karam selen. And as you chair, you look at that option for supporting government to support. Yeah, it should be at this time. Yeah, very small support from government can guarantee a very big impact. Yeah. How many million Torwem law ESP? Yeah? A little portion of that spread along potential alluvial areas. Yeah, we can be today. No more. We looking. One for export result, somebody export him 6 kilo of gold, monthly basis, lot alluvial settings here, and you can do the math. It will man have a good to have a calculator. Press him 3,500 or $180 per gram. That's how much money, how much revenue small alluvial miners are contributing.
Thank you, thank you. We'll allow Moses to run to the end with. We have for a few minutes more. You have a few clauses to go, Moses.
Thank you, Chair Mitrim. Just on that issue about royalties here, I think for some of us, we have heard about the suggestions from the ministry, the government, those rates. I think general thinking now is that maybe those rates, because of other contributions as well, also my colleague Talent, CDA contributions, also, yeah. So the general thinking now is that maybe those rates could come down more. Yeah, it could come down more. Just for example, even though some of the operations are let's say low capex, capital expenditure, and low all the same, but other components of those operations are very huge. Yeah? For example, gold, me go out in small volume. Yeah, you don't need one for bulk carry for carrying. Yeah, you think about oxide and nickel, what bulk carry and the cost. No, any big ship like Camlo Solomon because of stack issues. Unless you pay big high rate, yeah? So at the cost of them too, and add them go. You're looking at the big ships here, 70,000, 60,000 tons of soil go out, but very high cost. Yeah, and stack of water freight for Camlo, you mean? So you have to increase the rate for you pay more before it's come. So the cost is still there. So those are just some information. Me come a little bit on one another issue, which let me talk about royalties and benefits here. So this is about the building materials. Yeah, this time, man, auto operators blow building materials here. Para Norway now. Taka for good. Yeah. So what me like tell them lawyer is that how can the resource owners, the land owners, benefit more this for resource? Yeah. Some officers during past discussions from the ministry, they prefer a separate act for aggregates. Yeah. But here we have it in this bill. But let me give you one, one information. Yeah, I'm not sure about the information, but companies getting building materials permit pay $10 per cubic meters from the landowners. Yeah, when they sell that, $300 per cubic meter. That is an increase of 3,000%. What now, me doing? Yeah. This is a very serious issue, yeah? $100. A very, very serious issue. So we need to deal with this. I'm leaving come along a committee, yeah? Maybe verify the facts, but that is generally the information that we have. But there are lots of foreign companies operating in this particular area. So me also suggest that in terms of building materials permit, only for nationals, known as now, no any foreigner must come into this operation. Something come no you go thinking no procession then you sell them. Government have help me with lanona. Staka engineers this time, staka experts blue me. So they help communities. They operate this simple thing. It's not high tech. Yet the simple thing, different groups benefit a lot. And the benefits the water resource owners now. If they increase, buy them good. Yeah? Sorry, I think you stop on the end.
No, pretty much covered it.
There's one. Maybe I just speak some few issues, Mr. Chairman. This is some issues to do, maybe relating to enforcement, yeah? Monitoring and enforcement of mining operations, and I want to raise here that this bill is a framework bill, yeah? It's a framework law. So him not addressing a lot of the practical issues on the ground with mining operations. So in terms of monitoring, this one will need a lot of resources, yeah, for monitoring, mining inspectors go there go check the water operations. One of the main problems faced by water monitoring officers, maybe inspectors or mining inspectors or environmental inspectors, when they go to a mining operation, yes, the licensee is not there. Bahkan karim license-nya, no staplo there.
No staplo.
Staplo niya. Think staplo office blue. The contractor is there. The subcontractor is there. Bahkan karim license-nya, you don't find him there in most, maybe not most, but some, yeah. But that is where a lot of problems arise. Time monitoring bagaya, when he gets to ask questions, this and this and this and that, oh, go and see your licensee. We are just contractors. Yeah? We're just contractors. We come here to do this job. You can go and ask the contractors. So this is the kind of situation that's happening in most of mining operations here. If you don't understand what is happening on the ground, that bill here, you're not touching the real issues on the ground here.
So you think the bill doesn't sufficiently tie in contractors? I mean, presumably, even if licensee is taplohonera and the contractor breaches a condition of the license could be suspended.
Yeah, that is maybe what is happening. The problem now is that you want the contractors to know what they are doing, to know what they are required to do under the mining license conditions, under the laws, under the development constraints.
So here you're not think him robust enough to deal with that concern?
No. Now. Most of those mining operators don't serve now the conditions of mining license. Officers who are working for them will have to tell the operators here. Oh, what they thinking most, doing what they think. Yeah. So these are very big issues.
That's a very good point.
Yeah. And no main problem along with the mining operations here because time you go on. Oh, me on survey. You expect that the contractor and the licensee have a good subcontract between them, yeah? So that the contractors know what the conditions are. But I'm not happy in that way. Bagay mo so yung go looking man ya. Yeah? Yung go mo subcontractor mo. So, oh, me subcontract lo man ya. There's a lot of subcontractors in these operations. And now what the problems arise. Look at the operations here. But this bill, I'm not addressing those things here. So maybe more information, go along more regulations for doing that one. No? Because this, as we know it, it's a framework bill. Yeah. So committee can take that up. That's one issue me sort of like raising.
Chair, just I don't know that one no more. I think this one is applicable law. Bauxite and nickel, or gold, yeah. Your mining companies, because we cannot subcontract this fellow operation, gold contractor where have no specialized law gold. So we have no subcontractors in gold operations. We do it ourselves because of the expertise and technical people on the ground has to be gold and everything. If I'll bear himself, law operations plumbing fella. So with this environment people and all that here, emaniblaw.com sometimes sort of fail and also we have to attend to them because of information, monthly reporting of mining and also must fail or fail on me fella, so we have to attend to and all inspections and whatnot at carry out monthly, yellow mining monthly, time prospecting, quarterly reporting now, or emaniblaw environment. Sometimes they fail because no more fuel, no more truck, but they do come. Or same me fella. Gold no subcontractor. Thank you.
Thank you. Your last comments, Moses. I know you're still going through your...
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, honorable members. I still have a number of comments here. What I will do is print this out and maybe make more details, and then present it to you later on. But I should...
Great. And that will also apply to all of us, or go to all of us. My committee's request now is you go back, you spend a bit more time looking through this bill. It is an important bill because if it goes through Parliament, then that's it.
Yeah.
The opportunity is gone. And so far, we have noted that the presentation to us highlighted or point to certain areas, clauses in the bill that lacks what is expected and required. And so we'll ask you to go and submit to us your recommendation. If there is need for particular recommendation with wording, please do that as well, so that we put it in our recommendation, and then we'll put it to the host ministry. So that is something that we are going to ask you to go back with. Any last point any one of you has to raise with the committee?
Chair, I think one or two wordings, more a minute for sort them out. Minerals tenement here. It doesn't correlate with him, because so long as sort of word him if a mining license here, you will have to do him go through two acquisition process. Because lease no land there. So when you say a mineral tenement here, no plus with him, no, this fella mining lease. That is why it's called lease, because we lease the land from landowner. So as soon as we got an award for mining license, we will go back and to do him 3 months notice for acquisition. Yeah. So let us resolve this one. You still call him mineral tenement, or go back to the mining tenement, because it's tenement him leased one, a mining lease here. Just a note no more that one. Look at CDA, how no by me doing percentage low hem or semi win no more put in 3%, so by 1 or 1.5, or how can we or generalize it in a sense that time by fair law, everybody, because all of us are prospecting companies and mining companies by eventually. So look at CDA and then the wording. Yeah, no more. But my opinion here, I think Biliki Himbara doing a comprehensive approach to look law, full point by point of this one. And I don't know others, it covers all of us. And I think any submission that is, you may highlight him no more. Me Valabeka come in for doing submission to a committee for purposes of submission. So you may recommend, you may not do it, you may go ahead no more after this. The timing of submission no more. From you all do him coming, a lot coming days or next week by Wednesday or something or something.
Yeah, you have, say, a bit over a week.
Okay.
So in less than 2 weeks, please write to us.
Yes, so you have the time. The plan now is for the submissions will come. We will put them together, and we will put them on ministry, host ministry. We have to look through, because we would like to ask them to really take seriously that process. Like me end up no good to us using muscle now, you mean no good. Yeah, that whether you like it or not. Yeah, no, but this one bill blame me. So we would certainly asking minister for me follow work together, committee and him, make him amendments him come where need be. But you mean like him billion, make him go on, yeah, but with amendments, of course. And committee has gone through that in the recent past. So waiting that one, I think we have covered a lot, and we have spent a bit of time on this, and I think it's in respect of our great interest in this bill. you particularly stakeholders and mi fala lo policy and legislature mi fala happy to mas imi karem time together. So I'll thank you all for coming to us. Now you go back. We expect you to make submissions, individual submissions. You have heard the detailed coverage of the bill by Moses Peliki. Take advantage of that, and where you need to again highlight issues in submission to us, please do so. And we will happy to receive your submissions. Thank you too much, everyone. Thank you, my colleague members, and by Imdal finish lawyer. We open with a word of prayer. I'll call upon colleague Honorable David Gina to close us with a word of prayer.